0809-030-6416. And if you just join us, my question is, what plans, if you are planning on relocating, right? What plans have you made or should you be making for your parents that you're going to be living here in Nigeria? The thing is, a lot of people are not making a big deal out of this, but there are a lot of Nigerians, senior citizens, who have been left home by their children, by their family, because of the search of greener pastures. Some people actually have big mansions in the villages, in Ezinefite, in Oka, big mansions. But there are no children in those mansions. Their grandchildren are not there. In fact, in some cases, some of these homes will never, ever host their grandchildren. You know why? Because some people have their children in the US, in the UK, for the past 30 years, they have not come home. They have not. They call, video chat, they see their grandchildren, but their grandchildren can't come home, won't come home. Now, you're listening, you're probably thinking, they're sending money. But you see, these people get lonely. The grandparents are lonely. The grandparents get sick, not just of malaria and whatnot. They get sick of not being able to hold, touch, interact with their children. It's little wonder why, whenever they come back, there's a crying, there's a kneeling down, there's a shaking of the earth when they see their children. But, like I said, a lot of people not paying attention. Man with Japa, country is too hard. Government is terrible. SARS is wicked. Mosquito is everywhere. But you Japa, and then we leave the old alone.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Hello, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Alright, so straight off the bat on WhatsApp, 009-030-6416, Hector says, I don't have parents because both parents are gone. I have observed that most children, especially the male, have no or less concern towards their parents. It is the daughters, in most cases, that always have plans for their parents, even when they are married and live far from their parents. Hector. All right, Hector, thank you very much. All right, this one here says, hi, Ju, good morning. Why do I feel attacked this morning? Are you speaking to me? Did someone tell you my story? Well, let me help you. I have not come home in over 10 years. I don't have plans of coming home, but I do send my parents money. I do interact with them. My father is in his late 70s and my mom is in her late 60s. I like to think I've been able to provide a good life for them since I'm not in the country. But, all right, first things first, I'm not attacking anybody. All right, nope, I'm not attacking anybody. No, it didn't happen to me directly. Nope, I don't have my father abroad, or neither am I here and my father is somewhere else, and I can't see my father or talk to father, even though I rarely see him, but we try to talk as, intermittently. But the point I'm trying to make here is this: I am not attacking anybody in particular. However, it is a societal problem that I think may just be about to explode on us. Having a lot of senior citizens whose sons and daughters have left for greener pastures with no one to cater for them. And there are challenges. Just the same way there are challenges in raising a child, there are challenges for people who are aging. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0009. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809030 6416, 0809030 all right, that's where you find us on WhatsApp. Please don't call that number. I just said don't call that. I'm just saying don't call that number and somebody's calling the number. Look, if you want to call us, please, once again, all right, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0008. Jude, greetings. This topic should be directed at the Easterners because they like leaving their aged parents at home and Japa and something that they start. Well, that's not true. It's not at any particular group. I'm from Edo State and I can tell you very comfortably, having spent a lot of time in my state in different local government areas, I can tell you free of charge that there were a lot of homes in Irua, in Ekpoma, in let's see now, where else? Ewu, Owan West, obviously again about there where I'm from, that the parents built with huge sums of money, but nobody has stepped in there in over 5-10 years. Nobody. And I mean nobody. To show you how bad it is, right? An uncle of mine visited home and he passed his own house. He passed his own house. The house his father built that he grew up. He had forgotten that this road is where my house is. It is not an Eastern thing or where it is a Nigerian thing. It is a Nigerian thing. Look, let's bring it closer to home. Those of you who are in Port Harcourt, right, and your parents are not in Port Harcourt, when was the last time you traveled to the village? No, I'm not talking about going for Christmas. When was the last time some of you have actually gone to the village when it wasn't Christmas to see your aged parents? Not when they said they were sick or mama has something. No. When? When, please? Once again, I'm not attacking anybody. Please, don't feel attacked. It's just a genuine observation, particularly with the Japa trend. When you Japa, are there plans for your parents? Some of you, your parents gave their all, blood, sweat, and tears for you to go to the US, to go to the UK, to Holland, wherever. All good. But sometimes, I have a friend who's been in Norway now. We're talking about 8-9 years. I'm very sure her mom misses her. I'm very sure. It's good. She's in a comfortable country. She's making decent money. But do you consider that maybe sometimes mommy misses you? Daddy needs to hold you. They need to see you. When you send money and the maid is using half of the money to go and buy t-shirts, telling you that, they've used the money to take care of your mother and father, do you know how well they've been taken care of? Oh, that was Walter from Rupert. Walter, apologies. It seems as though there's a problem with the lines because the numbers keep popping up. The lights keep popping up and then they go off. All right. So I'm very sure the guys at the background will probably do a quick reset and we can have you join the conversation. But WhatsApp is good and I get to read more messages. This one says, Jill, good morning. A lot of people right now will probably be shaking their heads. It's not enough to send money. Yes, because of the expenses, I think it's very difficult for a lot of people who are outside Nigeria to come and visit us and when they would like to. But we should not leave our parents behind. But if they don't leave, thank you very much, James. If they don't leave, where would the will the extra money come from? It's a double-edged sword this morning. I understand why anybody would want to relocate, or at worst, leave the village and come to Port Harcourt, right? I do. They need to send money back, but sometimes, what if the money you're sending is not what the person needs? It's not what your mommy, your great auntie needs. I don't know. Just, as always, I only ask the questions. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Talk.
anybody, but just a question, maybe a gentle reminder, even for this particular broadcaster, that certain things should not be forgotten, e.g., our parents. So, like I stated earlier on, there are certain challenges that senior citizens would face. Apart from loneliness, there's difficulty in moving around. They don't have the same verve and sometimes even the same panache that they used to have. But what they do have is grace. What they do have is wisdom. What they do have is stories, obviously for your entertainment and enlightenment. But they can't pass all those things if you are not there to be with them. And as funny as this may sound to some, but by the time your parents get to maybe their 80s or 90s, they become like babies. It's almost as though life is occurring in a cycle. Now, you see, there are several reasons why this is a big problem. All right? Now, we know that we have a social behavior, but 27% of Americans over 60 are living alone. 27%. Now, if you compare that with other countries, this is a very unusual number. I'll give you one comparison. Now, I just mentioned that 27% of Americans over 60 are living alone. In Algeria, for example, the number of citizens who are living alone who are above 60 is less than 5%. Less than 5%. Now, there are several reasons why older adults may want to live by themselves. Sometimes it's by choice. Sometimes there's a spouse who died. Sometimes when somebody loses a husband or wife, they don't remarry. Divorce, no children, no family living nearby. So when they are that age, they become more vulnerable. They are lonely most of the times, but if they don't have like a business or a job that they're going to, they become isolated. Here in Nigeria, I don't have a very accurate stat. There's some researches I saw, but nothing too accurate that I can say, yes, I'm going to hold on to this and share with you. But I can tell you, and I'm sure some of you do know this, that in the past 8 years, as more and more Nigerians have sought pastures greener, they have left their parents at home, in the villages, some of them in the cities. Some parents are able to afford minders or keepers or maids or drivers, but there are very paltry few, and I mean very. The paucity of funds affords, interesting, that's an irony, affords that type of lifestyle. So you have more aged people, and this thought started to come through to me early December into January, when I would go to the market and I would see men as old as my father, if not older, coming to the markets, pricing things. There are not a lot of them, but please, I know some of you are listening can bear me witness that you have seen papas, dedes in the markets in Rumokoro, in Rumukushi, and in Choba. They have their bags. They are buying things. In some places, when I go to the supermarket and I see the senior citizens come through, they usually, some of those nice managers would ask one of the floor attendants to be with that senior citizen, that old man, that old woman. Oh yeah, anything he wants to buy, bring it for her or bring it for him, which is good. But whilst we're doing what we can for the guests that we see in the markets, in the supermarkets, at the hospitals, what about you, their son and their daughter? What plans are you making? Those of you who are about to Japa, the doctors, I know some of you are traveling this weekend. The nurses, some of you traveled yesterday, some of your friends traveled yesterday, some of you are going to travel on Sunday. I know personally. As you travel, any plans? 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. You can also call 0817923-0009. Then send us a message to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. And you can follow us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. And if you're just wondering, my name is Jude. This is Hello Port Harcourt. Good morning, Jude. Can you see what this country has done to our people? People who have served this country, who gave their lives, everything in their youth to making Nigeria great. Look at where they have placed them now. Their children are leaving the country and nobody is minding them. Their children are going to have other children in other places, making other countries great. But yet our old ones, who should be reaping the seeds of the fruits of their labor right now, are only seeing the seeds of more suffering. I blame this government for all this problem. Easy. Once again, I'm not trying to attack anybody. I'm not trying to whip up sentiment. I'm just asking, if you're Japa, what plans are you making? Zion is in Jerry. Zion, good morning to you.
No matter the plans we make before leaving, have we solved the problem? In fact, I pity us when we will grow old to the age of our parents. Jude, put this on record. If we don't get it right, we will suffer past our own parents.
Oh dear.
I tell you the truth, though. If we don't make it right now, if you like, build skyscraper, they will come, jam your door, carry and come out. You don't go talk anything. You just imagine how old you'll be looking. Your bones are vibrating. Leave my money, leave my property for where? There will be people laughing at you. By the grace of God, my mom is still around. Beautiful and strong, loving and caring. I will not leave her for no reason. No reason that I'm traveling out to go and do what? She will even ask you the money where you want to bring or which I want to carry and do. And most of us, we don't know that the presence of these people still in our life now is for only one purpose: to transfer blessings on us. Many young people don't know that when an old woman or old man tell you, my son, God bless you, they don't know the implication. They don't know. Growing up then as children, our parents will send us to the homes of the elderly, go and fetch water for them, go and cut their grasses, go and clean this, go and do this. Then we saw it as, why are they punishing us?
Why are they punishing us? Yeah.
But we never knew they are forcing us to go and collect the blessings of others. Because, oh my goodness me, today who are we and who are those people?
Oh, wow.
And for the area of our government, I don't want to talk on the government because most of them were in government, they saw the truth and they did say it. Okay, look at the past election. Who rigged the election? Was it not young people? Who is going to pay them? Expect the person you rigged the election for to come and pay you is a lie. Now, if you now grow old, you are going to reap what you sowed. Most of them today are in civil service now, hiding people's documents, hiding people's files, telling lies. Pay people pension, you will not pay them their pension. Calculate and verify their age for retirement, you will not do that. Then when you retire, who do you expect to come and calculate and verify your screening your money for you?
John is in other John. John, thank you very much for your patience. Good morning, please.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, for me, I'm in Port Harcourt. My other one in Lagos. My mom is in the village. There's a provision for her. Somebody to push her.
Okay.
we pay the person every month. And in fact, the woman is even living in our because it's a very big family compound.
Okay.
She lives there with, she's a single mother who lost her husband and refused to remarry. So, 3 of her children are also staying in our family house, just to take care of their mom.
Okay.
So, it's okay. But however, people who do not have the resources,
that's the biggest question. That's the big question.
And because you have to leave the village too to see how you'll be able to make an estimate. That's it. It's also important. You can't stay in the village, and while you cannot take care of your parents, you come to the town to look for opportunity to maybe make a life better for them, and you don't have the resources to pay for them, so they have to adjust to the present reality. Because two of you cannot remain a perpetual village. How would I even put it? So look at us, Jude. We got independent in 1960. What has ever improved in the life of Nigeria? Those men have worked for Nigeria before. What has Nigeria or Nigerian government do to assist them in OA school? Whether I like it or not, everybody to contribute to quota. Me, I'm doing my own now. I pay my tax over 40,000 every month. I think they deduct it. At the end of the day, what is the government doing with my tax? What is the problem?
John, thank you very much. Like I said, not attacking anybody, only asking questions, because I think it's building up. It may be a trend, but it may end up becoming a problem later on. This is one aspect of the Japa syndrome that a lot of people, either haven't thought about or maybe they don't take serious. I go abroad. When I come back, I go get money. I go get money. Then I'll come and I'll build house. Right? We want you to do those things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't do those things. I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard. But whilst you're doing all those things, the people you've left at home, the people who prayed, probably even sold their wrappers. I hope you're not forgetting them. Good morning, Jude. Making plans is good. This life is only working for those who decide to make plans and prepare for the future. But Jude, what do you want us to do? If we stay where we are, they too will suffer. If we go, maybe they will suffer less. This is a solution that a lot of people have to take because nobody wants to suffer at both ends. Michael. If you stay, they suffer. But if you go, they suffer less. But, do they really suffer less? Do they? I appreciate anybody who is sending money home regularly for the upkeep of their mom, for their dad, for their siblings. If you listen to us and you're in the UK, you're in Lagos, your people are in Port Harcourt, in the village, in the Che, they're in Omuma, and you're sending money regularly. I appreciate you. There's no doubt about that. I do. But it's not the only thing. Sometimes I don't get to see my parents very often because 1, work. 2, I have this mindset that I have to come home big. That's the truth. I'm confessing right now. But sometimes my mom calls me when she hasn't heard from me in a week or 2. And says, "My son, are you all right? Have you eaten? Are you well? What's going on?" And I'm here. Imagine those who are abroad. Imagine those. This is, once again, the Japa syndrome effect. What is happening right now? Some of you are not seeing it, but it's beginning to bubble. It's under. Ola, speaking to us from LMA. Ola, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
The Japa syndrome. How well are we preparing or have we prepared before going? It's a two-way street from my own point of view. Now we'll get something for Nigeria, then prepare for Mama and Papa before you go. Then some of us will be say, we go say we don't even get plans. We just want to enter there, whether by sea or by desert. Even from Nigeria, we don't even have anything left. To have them, we're talking about preparing. So I think Mama and Papa will there understand the country, then go adjust themselves.
Adjust how? How? Ola, I know somebody who went to Spain through the land borders all the way to what they call that place, Libya. We started to contribute money so they can rescue him. How do you expect?
What we're talking about?
Yeah, so imagine when you say okay, there's nobody at all. So if the person goes, are you saying the person should not, remember to come back home or send something home?
I'm not saying you shouldn't remember to come back home, but I think there's a spot in every man's life when they are balanced. That's why we say teach your children, train them well, how to love, how to be caring. Now, if my mama and papa in Nigeria see me as anything, don't respect me, how do you expect me to get there and begin to think back home?
Okay.
So when I look back home, I don't see love. I don't see care. All I see is who want to drag me down. So how do I look back home?
Okay.
But nevertheless, I'm not trying to encourage that. Even the Bible says, if you honor your mother and father, your days shall be prolonged. So it's not your responsibility to punish them. The Bible does not say punish them. The Bible says honor them. Whether they slap you, they don't slap you. You don't have a choice, because the heaven who gave you to them. If we had choices, I probably would have chosen to Buhari to be my father.
Oh wow!
But now my father is my father. So all I owe my mother and my father is to respect them, as the scripture has said. Whether they be winch, people call them winch. Yes, I will respect the winch because my mother. So that's how I see it. So parents should begin to teach their children now how to love, how to see. Let the child see how much sacrifice the mother and father is putting. When the mother and father begin to sell their land that they have kept for generation for your own grandchildren, just to send you to Japa, and you get there, you forget them. Bros, the person brain no correct. We could tell ourselves the truth.
Ola, thank you very much. Oh wow, that's a very interesting take. Very interesting take. And it's I don't think this is just only in Nigeria, because in other countries you have people who are taking risk. Even in China, even in Japan, there was a time, at least in the 80s, from what I read, from the 80s and 90s, those were the years a lot of people from China, from Japan, were relocating to the US. Everybody wanted to have a piece of the American dream. Indians, the same thing. Pakistanis, the same thing. People were moving to the UK. Jamaicans were coming to the UK. Every migration happens, right? There's no doubt about it. But when these things happen, what about those who either cannot be in the process of migration or choose not to? The senior citizens. What plans are being made for them? Somebody sending me a message here say once again, why am I attacking? I am not attacking those of you in the diaspora. I'm not saying you must send half of your salary home every week. No. I think we'll also have a conversation about how some people at home have been diabolical and manipulative of their loved ones who are abroad. I am not saying that. I'm only asking, please, whilst you are abroad, or whilst you are about to go abroad, are you considering what your parents would face, might face, or must face in your absence? If so, what plans are in motion for them? That's all I'm asking. Please don't feel attacked. Don't feel begrudged. Don't feel... No, please. I'm only asking a very honest question. Please. The news comes up your way in just about 5 minutes, and then sunny side of conversation. We'll take one more call as we wrap up this morning. And read this message. This one says, "Hi, Chu, good morning. I think for me, for those people who have traveled, a little bit of financial commitment is important, but they should also make plans to return once in a while. Even if they become permanent residents anywhere in the world, they should come back home and see their parents." Hello.
Hello, yeah, Jude.
Good morning,
Okay,
please.
this is Ola. I called back because there was something that I needed to put straight.
Yes,
again.
please, Ola.
One reason why people don't feel like coming back is our criminal mindset. I travel abroad with my brother. I'm sending you money to build a house so that our parents can live well. I too can come back and feel the sense of coming back home. And all you do is snap somebody's house and send it, while on ground there's nothing on ground. And all my labor down up there, I'm sending it in order to come back home. And you are sending me pictures in GRA that never existed on my plot of land. Or probably an uncompleted building waiting for me. So how would people there trust us in order to come back home? If you can do that to me while I'm there, which if I come back, I'm not safe. So as much as we are begging them over there to look back home, we should try as much as we can to encourage them. Give them reason to come back home.
Okay. All right. Well said, Ola.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Well, hope you all have a good day. More sporting activities coming away later today. Friendlies are ongoing, so also the Euro qualifiers. Nigeria defeated Ghana last week in their friendly. It's another friendly coming up this week. You'll find out from Onakosi and the rest of the sports crew. My name is Jude. Have yourself a good morning.